Hey guys, we're gonna DIY our own cabinet door pulls with some basic cheap materials. Let me show you how. I found these 1/2-inch copper fittings at Lowe's, and then I got these wooden dowels from Hobby Lobby that fit snugly into the fittings. Next, I cut down the wood dowels into the length I wanted the handles to be, and I also cut little pieces, and I'll show you where those go in a second. Next, we have to make little tiny holes in the middle of each little tiny piece. So I grabbed some pliers to hold it still, and really you want this to be exactly in the center, but I eyeballed it, and it turned out okay, but you really should mark the center first. Also, don't drill all the way through. You want the hole to go about halfway. Next, you want to cut a small dowel rod to fit so that it'll go halfway into the hole you just made, and then the other half will go into the hole in these craft store finials. So I got my teeny tiny dowel. I'm going to put a little bit of wood glue on it. We're going to stick it in this hole. Get in your hole. There we go. Then we're going to put a little more wood glue. And then we're going to put this one in its hole too. And it should fit. Yep, it did. Look at me. Good measuring. And the next step is to take this piece and put it in here. So we're going to glue this too. And glue it up nice. And we're going to take this and put this in the end of that. And wipe the glue off. Then we take another piece. We're going to put it in the bottom. All right, so we're going to glue this piece into here. Probably need to add a little more glue on the side. Get in there and see how that goes nice and flush. And then the last step is to add this. So last step for one end, because we're going to repeat this on the other side, is to add this to here, and it's like really tight. You see that? So basically we're going to have the same thing on this other end. So you just repeat the process, and I actually found that on this side my little dowel didn't fit properly, so I had to actually open it back up and trim the dowel off a little bit. But then as you can see, everything fit perfectly from there, and then you just glue it in and stick it in your little copper pipe just like you did the other side. And you kind of get the idea here how it's going to look even before it's painted. The last thing you have to do is get a clamp and clamp it down while it dries so that everything stays nice and tight. Then I spray painted the whole thing gold with Rust-Oleum metallic gold. It doesn't look exactly like metal, but it's pretty darn close. What do you think? Make sure you're following to see these installed in the final reveal of the whole wall.